My ex said I'd never make it without him, so I invited him to my opening night. When I met Ethan, I was 19 and stupidly in love with anyone who looked like they had their life together. He was older, confident, loud, the kind of guy who always had a plan for everyone else. At first, he made me feel like I was extraordinary. Then, slowly, he made me feel like I was lucky to be with him. He'd say things like, "You're talented, but you have no clue how the real world works," or "You're creative, sure, but art doesn't pay rent," which sucked because I am an artist, or at least I was trying to be one. While he was chasing promotions at his corporate job, I was painting in the tiny corner of our apartment canvases, stacked against walls, paint under my nails, coffee always cold by the time I drank it. He'd laugh and call it my little hobby. Over 2 years, he chipped me down. When I got a small piece displayed at a local cafe, he told me, "Don't get your hopes up, it's just pity exposure." When I mentioned applying for a community art grant, he scoffed, "You honestly think people want to fund that?" Then one night, during an argument about money, he hit me with the line that still echoes, "You wouldn't last a month without me." And I believed him, for a little while. But one morning, while he yelled about a messy kitchen, I looked at the smear of blue acrylic on my hand and thought, this isn't living. 2 weeks later, I packed one suitcase, one paint tin, left the key, and didn't look back. It was humiliating and freeing all at once. I crashed on a friend's floor, painted in her garage, started taking small commissions online while working at a bookstore. Every spare hour went into my art, and for the first time, I didn't have someone telling me I was wasting my time. A year later, I applied for a local gallery residency mostly for fun, certain I'd be rejected. Instead, I got the call I'd been dreaming of since high school. "We'd like to feature your work in an exhibition." Fast forward 5 months opening night. The gallery was packed. At one point, I stepped back and just breathed. Wine glasses clinking, people murmuring around my favorite painting, the one I'd painted the night I left him. It was called Exit Wound. That's when I saw him, Ethan, standing there, hands in pockets, fake smile, looking around like he could still claim part of this. He walked up to me, said, "Wow, I always knew you'd make it." And I don't know what clicked, maybe it was the years of swallowing words, but I smiled and said, "No, you didn't. You just made sure I had something to prove." He blinked, laughed awkwardly, and walked off before I could see if he was angry or embarrassed. I didn't care, because every single person that night came for me. Not my boyfriend, not his belief, not his permission, me. When I got home, I took the old note he'd left when we broke up, the one that said, "You'll come crawling back," and used it to light a candle on my desk. Every flicker reminded me that sometimes the people who try to dim you are just testing how bright you can burn. Now, my paintings hang in 3 cities. I have an actual studio, a tiny one, but it smells like turpentine and freedom. And yeah, sometimes I still hear his voice in my head, "You wouldn't last a month." Funny thing is, it's been 27, and I've never felt more alive.